Welcome back to another episode. Here we are for another episode of the Dare Show podcast. This is actually going to be the 50th episode. Shout out to 50-ish weeks. Almost at the end of the year. But anyways, let's get into what I was going to talk about. This episode, we're going to talk about these re-recording clauses. And then we'll get into the Grammy nominations. The Grammy nominations came out yesterday. I was like, wait, this morning? No, yesterday morning. And the Grammys are going to be in January. So we'll talk about that. It's not so much. So mixing and mastering, owning your masters as an artist. So I wasn't really going to talk about this, but I had to figure out what was going on. I had to understand what was popping. And I think I finally got to it. I finally got to what is going on. So, like I've heard earlier this year, we've heard Anita trying to get her masters back from Warner Brothers, I believe it is. Anita trying to do that. Not sure if she was going to get it. She was told she could. Taylor Swift is a bigger one, and then Ashanti just came out and talked about her not owning her masters. So they're like, we're gonna just re-record your music. We're just gonna re-record our music, and that's what Taylor Swift has done. I think her second, whatever number album that she's recorded, it went number one again this week. I'm sure, yeah. And I think the song went number one or something like that. But side note. The thing about re-recording, I'm like, are you actually re-recording these songs? Because, sometimes, these singers, they don't put so much effort, vocally into it, so it might be a little bit easier. I'm like, are you actually re-recording the songs? Are there rules to re-recording it? Can you just copy and paste, change a few things, and copy and paste your vocals, or change a few things, and change a few things, or something like that? What are the rules? But anyways, back to mixing, back to masters. So Heather B talked about masters, and Heather B on the Heather B Live on Sirius XM, Urban View. She talked about Ashanti owning her masters, not owning her masters. And she was like, owning your masters is key to your longevity, to your ownership. She's talked about that a couple of times since she's been on air. So I was just like, what is master? So music, the bigger component of music, making money off of music there's two components. You have the masters, and then you have publishing. Publishing is like your writing, if you're a writing credit. I think if the song, I don't know if you don't write or own anything if you don't have the masters, or if you don't own if you're not on the publishing, I don't know if you actually can make money off of it. I'm just thinking about Patty. Patty didn't write New Attitude. And I don't know I'm guessing the label owns, what label was that? GMA, AMC, something like that. I'm guessing the label owns New Attitude, because she didn't write it, so she's not making money off of the song lyrically and the lyric aspect. I don't know, it's so weird. So do you just make money? How do you make money off of a song you didn't write but you sang? It's so weird. Okay, but a song like not New Day, 2 Steps Away. I know she's making whatever money off of 2 Steps Away, because she wrote it. But anyways, publishing, that's the writing part. And then the final product is the master of the song. The final product of the song or the album is the master. And that, I believe, is always goes to the label, and they make money off of it. They could license your music out, do the covers, covers, licensing, like to like movies and stuff, or and then the sampling. Sampling, but you could also make money off of sampling from the writing credit. So what I got was publishing is cool. You can make money off of publishing. If you don't have a publishing deal, which also the label could have a piece of your publishing deal, or you can have a publishing deal with a certain publisher, and I think they might have a cut in that too. Or you can say however much you want. You can, I'll have, they can take, the publishing company can take 10%, I'll take the 90% of the writing money. And then there is, like I said, the masters. And so the masters, because I was like, how are you able to just do publishing? I was just like, wait, I forgot my original question. But anyways, that's the masters. And if you own the masters, it's the bigger, if you own the masters of your music, that is the bigger, what am I trying to say? That's the bigger money maker. That's the best opportunity to make money. Like I said, because you can do so much with it. And Ashanti was like, oh, the re-recording clause, right? So I was like, how are these people re-recording this music if you don't own the masters? Like, don't you need permission to re-record? And so here we go. Okay, so two people, Ashanti, and I think like most artists in the early 2000s, late 90s, probably even 80s, they had a re-recording clause that if somehow you could just re-record your music and you could own it, that you can own that. That's what these re-recordings are. Because I'm like, yeah, how are you re-recording your music and don't you need permission? No. You can just, after a certain period of time, like Anita Baker's, I think hers was probably like 20 years. Taylor Swift's was 13 years, I think it was. Taylor Swift's, let's just go with Ashanti. Ashanti's was like, I guess it's 20 years because her debut, I think, was like 20 years ago. So Ashanti says she's going to re-record her first album. The re-recording clause, which I had no idea this was a thing. And I tried to ask one of my friends on Twitter, and he was like, he doesn't know, or he didn't really get into it. I was just like, I'm shocked. I didn't know that this was a thing. He's like, the re-recording clause, there's a re-recording clause. After a certain amount of years, you can re-record your music, and you'll own that re-recording. And I think that's what Mariah did. I don't know about Mariah, because I know the Mariah report, they said she re-recorded All I Want for Christmas Is You, so all of the new recordings of that song goes straight to her and not to like Sony or I guess to what's his name, Walter. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so those re-recordings. But the thing is about Mariah. No, I don't think these places aren't playing the new "All I Want for Christmas Is You." Her Mariah's version, the new re-recorded version. They're playing the original version. So whatever. Yeah, whatever. Side note: we're in the holiday seasons. Christmas is coming. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. I had no idea there were so many, so many versions, covers of All I Want for Christmas Is You. There's a Selena Gomez version. There's a pop version. There's an R&B version. There's a rock version. I'm just like, oh my God, please shut it off. But anyways, Ashanti, so yeah, there's a re-recording clause, I'm guessing now. And hers is almost ending, or about to end or whatever. And her, Irv Gotti, the president or CEO, whatever, of, I forget the name of the record label. Let me see if I can search it up real quick. Irv Gotti. Come on, come on. American record producer. CEO of Murder Inc. Right? He gave a really nice, nasty comment on her re-recording her music. He was like, basically, he was like, do what you gotta do. I love you. You're great. But you're fucking up my money by doing this. And it's like, Irv, you're fucking up her money by not giving her her masters. And I think on the Heather B show, they were like, his net worth, it was $50 million, and he had no idea he was worth $50 million. And they were like, you're worth $50 million because you own all of these chunks of people's music and their livelihood. You own that stuff. So you're licensing and approving covers and approving samples and taking the money, or probably a majority of the money. That's how, and it was just like, Irv, you're being really ridiculous. They were like, you've eaten off of her so much throughout the years, the last 20 years. Let her build her family wealth and generational wealth and her family, and, you know, build up her finances. It's ridiculous. Ashanti, sign out on Ashanti. I don't really know Ashanti like that. I know a couple of Ashanti songs. Ashanti looks great. Yeah. I don't know. She's not like my favorite artist. But that. Oh, sorry. I'm doing something right quick. Only you. That's a great song. So on to Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift was signed, or she was signed to her first label, Big Machine, which was an independent label. I did not know that. And so in Taylor Swift's, we know, like, Big Machine was bought out by Scooter Braun, who is Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber's manager. He bought it for like a shit ton of money before, quote unquote, Taylor could get her masters. I believe Big Machine was like, Big Machine ate off of Taylor for, that's, you know, their biggest money maker. And Big Machine was like, you never really tried to get your masters as hard as you could. Because I was surprised she didn't own her masters. But they were like, you never really tried to get your masters as much as you say you tried. It's just like, no, I didn't. I didn't know Taylor Swift was such a terrorist. So that makes a lot of sense. But anyways, in her contract, I believe it was like 13 years until, I don't know specifically what her contract said about her, like, trying to get her masters, but they did say you can record your music after the re-recording clause that I'm telling you guys I'm so shocked about. You can re-record your music after 13 years. And so now, you know, this is the mark. And Taylor, the thing was, Taylor was like, I want my masters. She, you know, one of the attempts to get her masters was, she asked for her masters, and they I don't know if this was random or if it was in her contract, but they struck up a deal saying, you can get your masters if you give us a certain type of album. I don't know if it was like her last album, or it was like a specific type of album, or like a live, or it was some kind of specific type of album. And she said, no, I don't want to do that. So they said, okay, we're going to do this specific type of album anyways without you. So it was like some like 2008 recordings, live recordings that they had, and they released it. Very interesting. I wonder if that's how some of these essential, Patti LaBelle, essential Kelly Rowland, Kelly Rowland, she had an essential album. I want to say it was like 2008 or 2000, like 12-ish, or not 2008, it was like 2012-ish. I think I started seeing essentials, those compilation albums that aren't necessarily approved by the artist or with the artist's collaboration on it. So I wonder if I'm guessing that's how these labels, those are label driven. Yeah. So these re-recording clauses. So we learned, wrap it all up. Masters, you own your masters. You own everything. There's also publishing that you can make money off of, but you don't always do make money off of publishing, because if you have a publishing deal or make a lot of money off of it, depending on how much you are, I forgot the term Candy said. It's a weird terminology Candy Burris explained. It's like, I'm not gonna say AdSense. It's like, it's a weird name for it. And then there's, the masters. You can own your masters. You own your music life. And then there's the re-recording clause, which is very shocking. So shout out to that. And up next, when I come back from a little break, we're going to talk about the Grammy nominations. And I'm back. Here we are on the Dare Show podcast. I'm going to talk about the Grammy nominations. Now, the Grammys, like I said, I think January 30th. Wait, what did it do? This phone. What are you doing? January 31st, the 64th annual Grammys. So let's talk about it. Some of these I was shocked about, and I'll give you my shockeration as I go along. And some of these people, a lot of these people I really don't know. A lot of these people I'm very shocked. I think it was probably the most diverse music and artists I have ever seen. Usually sometimes it's like pop, 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 or white, 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 but here we go. Wait. Why did it give me? I didn't ask for that. I'm sorry. So, record of the year. We have I Still Have Faith in You by ABBA. ABBA, the Madonna sample. That's all I really know. I was shocked about that. Freedom by John Baptiste. I Get a Kick Out of You by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga for record of the year, you guys. It's giving sympathy awards. Tony Bennett has gone through or he has Alzheimer's, let's just call it. His career is slowing up. This was his last album. I didn't really get into it. I couldn't really get into it like I got into Cheek to Cheek. I don't know what to say. It's very shocking. Like, what? I don't even think... And there's like a lot of their singles, a couple of their singles and like a video from them got nominated for Grammys. And I'm like, this didn't even happen with Cheek to Cheek. I know Cheek to Cheek won a Grammy, but I think it was for the album Peaches by Justin Bieber. That song is everywhere. Right on Time. I don't really know that song. Brandy Carlisle. Kiss Me One More by Doja Cat and featuring SZA. Happier Than Ever by Billy and Montero by Lil Nas. Oh no, I'm sorry. Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic. Very interesting. Album of the year. We have We Are by John Baptiste. Love for Sale. Again. What? Excuse me? Love for Sale by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Justice by Justin. Planet Her, Doja Cat. Billie Eilish, Her, Little Nas, Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, and Donna. So I believe a lot of the changes was like adding more. I know there was one new category I noticed, but then there's like adding more people to a category. I think, Best New Artist has like 10 people on it. Song of the Year, Bad Habits, up by Ed Sheeran. A Beautiful Noise by Alicia and Brandy Carlisle. I did not see that at first. Fight for You by her. Driver's License, which I believe was a big, well, I mean, really, it was a big song. A lot of like slight controversy in a good way, I think it was. I've never heard that song. Maybe I'll go listen to it. Happier Than Ever by Billy. Oh, Kiss Me Again by Doja Cat. Leave the Door Open, Montero. Pretty much everybody in the first Record of the Year category. Best New Artist. A bunch of people I don't know. Except for Saweetie. I'm aware of Saweetie. Olivia Rodrigo. I've heard that name. All these other people I don't know. Best Pop Solo. Justin, Brandy, Billy, Ariana, Positions, Olivia with Driver's License. Who do I think will win that? If it's the song, Positions, I like Positions. Best Pop Duo or Group Performance. I Get a Kick Out of You, Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. What? I think there's a category for this. I think this should have been the best traditional pop category. But it's a song. It's not. It's confusing. Again, Sympathy. Lonely by Justin Butter, BTS, Higher Power, and Kiss Me More. I'm about to go listen to that Kiss Me More because I heard some good things about it last night from the girls chat on YouTube. Oh no, wait, Ladies First. I'm sorry, it's called Ooh Ladies First. Ooh Ladies First panel. Traditional pop vocal album, Love for Sale. Here we go. What? Well, okay. That fits. Till We Meet Again. Here we go. A little diversity. A Tori Kelly Christmas. Lettucey. Oh, Lettucey sings Nina. Best pop vocal. Interesting. And a Dolly. Willie Nelson. This is very diverse. We have Miss Black Lady. We have jazz. We have Christmas music. We have Dolly Parton. We have folk and what's the name? Country. Very diverse. That'll be exciting. An exciting category to see who wins. Best pop vocal, Justin. I didn't know Justin put an album out. Positions, Planet Her, Sour. Okay, interesting. Let's skip Baloo, my darling. Down to this one rock song, which I found so funny, that Prince's Estate. Nothing Compares to You by Prince. Written by Prince. The song, Prince's song. But Chris Cornell is nominated for Best Rock Performance. And I'm like, oh wow, Prince's... That's the, like, interesting side. Like, Prince, your song could have won another Grammy. Do you get another Grammy if you wrote the song? I can't get into this. Prince was very, like, structured, like, very selfish in a way and critical of who he let do his songs. So now that he's no longer here with us, he's not in the ether, his estate is just like, anybody, everybody, here you go. And so now we have a Grammy nomination. Best R&B Performance, Peaches by Justin. Girl, I don't know how the song goes in. Never mind. Leave the Door Open, Jasmine Sullivan, Pick Up Your Feelings. That was a really big song this summer. Peaches, Lost You. I don't know who that is. And then Damaged by Her. Best Traditional R&B Performance, I Need You by John Baptiste. Bring It On Home. To Me, I don't know that song. I don't know any of the songs. Best R&B performance. Best R&B song. Leave the Door Open. Giveon, SZA, Her. Pick Up Your Feelings. Jasmine again. Yeah, I don't know a lot of these people. We have okay. Let's get to the best rap performance. I'm surprised Little Nas was not in most of these. Best melodic rap performance. That's a new category, I believe. No, I believe I've never heard that before. Which is it's just giving, it's giving recognition to the people who don't rap, who are rapping and singing. We have Little Baby and J. Cole. We have Doja Cat, Industry Baby by Little Nas, Hurricane by Kanye. So Little Baby could win either way. Best rap song, we have Sean Carter, DMX featuring, oh, interesting. DMX featuring Nas and Jay-Z. Kendrick, Doja Cat, Sweetie. Anyways, best rap album, Nas again. He won last year, I believe. Kanye West for Donda, which I don't think a lot of people liked. Drake, J. Cole, Tyler the Creator, Mickey Guyton, who is getting a lot of success. Why wasn't she in Best New Artist? For country, best country solo performance. Was that hair song? I don't think it was. Um, let's get to my favorite part. Best country album. No. I think it's like best country duo. Yes. Here we go, you guys. Best country duo group performance. If I Didn't Love You by James Dean and Carrie Underwood. How incredible is that, you guys? Uh, I did not see that coming. I'm excited for them. They did the performance on the AMA Awards. I'll just talk about it now. No, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it on my next episode. But I was excited. I didn't see that coming, but great. It's a great song. It's a great song. We'll see if it wins. I don't really, like I said, I don't really know a lot of people on this in these categories. I don't really listen to a lot of the popular music that it's giving, like Billy and Doge and Justin. Like I've heard Peaches. No. I've heard Yummy. So I'm thinking Yummy is Peaches. I've never heard Peaches. I don't think. Maybe I'll go listen to it, and next week I'll let you know. I'm sure there's a Grammy nomination playlist out. Thank you so much for listening to the Dare Show podcast. I really hope you found this one informative, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back next week. I'm about to record another episode of a bunch of stuff that has gone on this week, and I'll be back next week. Thank you so much for listening. Happy, what do they call it? It's not Thanksgiving. I forgot what Nikki called it. Happy Native American Awareness Day, I think it is, or something of that nature. See you then.